To understand big data and how it is processed, you need to understand the concept of clustering. In a traditional computational system, there is usually one machine that performs all the computational power. Data storage may take place on that machine or across several machines, but the real computational brains in the system always take place on one machine. The fatal flaw here is that a single machine is limited in its processing power. Even with faster and faster CPUs, there's a limit to the processing power on a single machine. A cluster solves this problem. A cluster is a series of machines that combine the CPU processing power. A cluster can consist of two or more machines. Yahoo has over 100,000 CPUs and over 40,000 servers running Hadoop, with the biggest Hadoop cluster running over 4,500 nodes. How do all these machines work together? Clusters have their own unique challenges. The largest challenge is how we can get all these CPUs to work together to solve a single task. They must do this by dividing and distributing the work. In a distributed computing environment, each CPU is utilized to perform part of a task. When more and more CPUs chip in on running a job, the job runs faster. Hadoop is distributed and runs on a cluster. For this reason, Hadoop is considered a platform and not a language or a tool. And since Hadoop is engineered to run on top of Unix, Linux, and most recently Windows, it's not considered an operating system either. Actually, at its core, Apache Hadoop is pretty bare bones. This makes third-party distributions like Cloudera so important. Cloudera incorporates Hadoop into a family of product offerings. At its core, Hadoop only has three components. The Hadoop Distributed File System, or the HDFS. This is a distributed file system that provides fast access to application data. Yarn, a framework used for job scheduling and resource management. And MapReduce, a system for distributed processing of large data sets. These three components work together to make Hadoop. The good news here is that when learning Hadoop, you don't need to know the intricacies of clustering or even distributed computing. These are valuable skills to be sure, but when starting out, Hadoop can be installed and run on a single machine. This is the easiest way to learn. When Hadoop is installed on a single machine, it is said to be running on a single node cluster. In English, that just means that Hadoop is indeed running on a cluster containing one node, the single machine. Obviously, to harness the power of Hadoop, more nodes need to be added, but a single node is a good place to start and learn the power of Hadoop.